you already told someone your weakness. You just don't know it yet. Not with words, maybe. With a flinch,
What are you doing?
a hesitation,
Get away from me!
the way your voice changed for half a second when a certain
you say
topic
something?
came up.
Please, what do you
Somewhere
want from
in
me?
your life, right now, there is a person who noticed that moment and filed it away. This is the part nobody warns you about. It's not your enemies who hurt you the most. It's the people who were paying close attention while you thought you were just being honest. Machiavelli understood something most people spend their whole lives avoiding. That survival isn't about being strong everywhere. It's about knowing which parts of you should never be visible to the wrong eyes. He wasn't teaching cruelty. He was teaching awareness, the kind most people don't develop until it's already cost them something. Here is the principle behind everything you're about to hear. What people know about you shapes how they treat you, not what's true about you. What they know, and once they know it, they don't forget it. They wait for the moment it becomes useful. There are 7 things about you that, once revealed to the wrong person, quietly hand them power over you. Let's start with the one that feels the most harmless. Number 1, your need for approval. It sounds small until you notice how it operates. The moment someone realizes you're chasing their opinion of you, the relationship changes shape. They stop needing to earn your respect, because you've already shown them you'll work to earn theirs. Picture a new employee, eager, constantly checking in, constantly seeking a nod of approval from a manager. Within weeks, that manager stops giving feedback and starts giving instructions, because approval seekers don't need to be convinced, only directed. The twist is this: it was never about being liked. It was about who gets to decide if you're doing enough. Never let someone become the judge of your own adequacy. And if you think that one is easy to exploit, wait until you hear what happens when you show someone exactly what scares you. Number 2, your specific fears. Not fear in general, the specific one. The exact sentence that makes your stomach drop. Once someone has that sentence, they don't need to shout at you. They just need to mention it, casually, in passing, and watch you recalibrate your entire behavior around them. Think about a friendship where one person confesses they're terrified of being abandoned. From that day forward, every disagreement carries a silent threat neither of them says out loud. That's not friendship anymore. That's leverage wearing a friendly face. The rule is simple. Name your fears to people who've earned the right to hold them carefully, not to everyone who asks. Number 3, how much you need this to work. Desperation has a smell, and people are better at detecting it than they admit. Show someone you can't afford to walk away from a deal, a job, a relationship, and the terms shift instantly, even if nothing was said. A freelancer who admits they're behind on rent this month will suddenly find every client negotiating harder. Not because the client is cruel, because certainty about your need removes their need to be fair. This is where it gets dangerous, because desperation isn't just felt, it's read in body language, timing, word choice. Control what you reveal about your urgency, or someone else will control your outcome. Number 4, your unhealed reaction. Everyone has a subject that makes them defensive before logic even arrives. The mention of a past failure, a comparison to a sibling, a joke that lands too close to an old wound. Once someone finds that subject, they've found a switch they can flip whenever they want a certain reaction from you. In arguments, this shows up as someone bringing up something completely unrelated to the actual disagreement. Because they're not trying to win the argument, they're trying to trigger the switch. The problem isn't that you reacted once. The problem is that reaction became a pattern someone can now predict. Predictability is the first casualty of unresolved pain. Number 5, your inability to say no. This one hides well because it looks like kindness. But the moment people learn you won't refuse them, your time, energy, and boundaries quietly become communal property. Consider the coworker who takes on every extra task because saying no feels rude. Within a year, they're not seen as generous. They're seen as available. And available people don't get respected. They get relied on. The line between generous and exploitable is thinner than most people admit, and it's drawn entirely by what you allow, not by what's asked of you. Number 6. What you believe about your own worth. This is deeper than insecurity. It's the private story you tell yourself about whether you deserve good treatment. People are remarkably skilled at sensing that story even when you never say it aloud. Someone who secretly believes they're hard to love will accept treatment that a confident person would never tolerate, not because they're weak, but because part of them expects it. This is the quiet engine behind almost every one-sided relationship you've ever watched from the outside and wondered, why do they stay? The answer usually isn't love. It's an unspoken belief about what they think they're allowed to ask for. And number 7, the one that makes everything else possible. Your silence about your own boundaries. Not the boundary itself, the fact that you never stated clearly. Vague limits invite testing. Every time you feel disrespected but say nothing, you teach the other person exactly how far they can go next time. This is the most dangerous vulnerability, because it isn't a weakness they discover. It's one you hand them, piece by piece, every time you stay quiet to keep the peace. Here's the bigger truth hiding behind all 7 of these. This was never really about becoming guarded, distant, or cold. Machiavellian awareness isn't about trusting no one. It's about being deliberate about who earns access to the parts of you that can be used against you. Privacy isn't dishonesty. It's the difference between being open and being exposed. The people who move through life the hardest to manipulate aren't emotionless. They're simply selective. They've learned that connection and vulnerability are not the same transaction, and that giving someone your trust should be a decision, not a habit. If you've learned to protect your peace instead of explaining it to everyone who asks, comment, "I choose privacy." And I want to know, out of these 7, which one do you think people expose the most without even realizing it? Send this to the person in your life who still tells everyone everything. They need to hear this before someone uses it. The goal was never to close yourself off. The goal is to decide on purpose who gets to see you completely, and who only gets to see what you allow. That's not weakness, that's control. Subscribe if you're ready to think like someone who's paying attention.